32, support 20, 11, 3501, 90, 78, resistance at 42, 53, 63, 74, and 88. Yesterday, very big opening, big gapper. And last night they filled the gap, and now they're just kind of seeing if they're going to continue this rally or are they going to stall out here as the news from the vaccine played through the market yesterday. The global rally triggered by the announcement of a successful COVID-19 vaccine trial. The accelerated overnight after ending a Monday session off highs that saw some of the biggest intraday jumps since April. Clinical stocks led the advance, the Dow surging more than 1,600 points at one point, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq fell 1.5% as investors rotated portfolios and dumped popular stay-at-home plays like Zoom, Netflix, Shopify. Knee-jerk selling could be following knee-jerk buying, but some vaccine questions still remains, including the production and distribution, how long it will take to protect, how long it will protect against the infection, and how well it will work in the elderly. Tensions over the size of the coronavirus stimulus package also resurfaced as lawmakers reconvene following the election, while Donald Trump continues to challenge the results of the national vote. So we have a stalemate as we come up here to the 42 area. Again, we are trading many S&Ps here. We're trying to find those areas of inflection that will give us an opportunity to take advantage of these ebbs and flows of the market, because we don't believe the markets go straight up or straight down. So consequently, we're trying to find these areas of inflection that gives us those opportunities. And we use our levels that we give out, plus also the price action opportunities that occur once the market paints some bars. And we put both of those concepts together in a trading methodology that helps you scalp the market, basically, is what we're trying to do. And probably still a little volatile, maybe looking at 4 points stop somewhere in that range. To keep 4 to 5 point stop somewhere in that range. So we'll see what happens today. Yesterday was a crazy day with the big opening because of the vaccine situation. Hopes of returning to normalcy abounded yesterday after vaccine developer Pfizer and BioNTech appeared to be more than 90% effective in stopping COVID. At that level of effectiveness of administration widely would be enough to break chain of infection. The companies already have supplied deals with the United States and other nations. More positively, was seen later in the session after Eli Lilly antibody therapy was granted an emergency use authorization by the FDA for treating the novel coronavirus. So there are breakthroughs in treating it, and then hopefully some kind of vaccine. All of that is all good. So we'll see what will happen. That's all we can do is be patient and wait. And then we'll see. We'll worry about the normal things that worry about that you worry about when you're trading. Basically, earnings, inflation, growth, stuff like that. So we'll see what happens here. All right, we're coming up here against the 44, which is a settlement price. The 42 is our level, so you can see how you can maybe scale in against that if you are watching. And we're getting a nice rotation here. Hopefully we're able to take advantage of the 42 and even the 44 area. if you are been with us, and that's what we're kind of looking for, as we'll get a nice rotation here off of that area right up there. All right, so hopefully, and we're getting our 4 points here easily, and even more if you took the 44 level also. So nice little, you can just ride this little thing here with a little trailing stop and get yourself a little bit more out of the trade. Just keep the trailing stop moving down as the market moves down. All right, so that was a nice little trade for us against the our first area up there at the 42. Again, like I said, you could have probably gotten in at the 44 level as well. And now we're swiftly coming down here. If you have a trailing stop, or if you who knew this was going to happen. Bonds even woke up a little bit. I don't know what happened, why our charts kind of fell asleep there for a bit. No idea why that happened. But it did. So nice little rotation there off of our 42 resistance. Again, you could have used 4 or 5 point stops. You usually got that and a little bit more. And hopefully you took advantage of that. A nice way to start the morning here. Again, speaking of the morning, we focus more on the morning hours. We think that the first couple hours of the day gives us good ebbs and flows using our methodology and our trading technique. We think that the first couple hours, there's some good volatility, good opportunity. Late afternoon trade becomes a little bit more one-sided. There's not as much volatility and volume being traded during the day, during the afternoon, and the trade gets a little bit, it doesn't bode well with ebbs and flows and like we use in the morning hours. So we focus more on the morning hours to give us the opportunities here. And we can have, look, we've had opportunities where days where we've gone 2 or 3 trades, and then we've had days where we've gone 7, 8, 9, 10 trades, depending on how aggressive you want to be, and even more. So again, we try to look for, in any given day, 3 to 4 good trades, maybe 5. If we get really busy, obviously numbers go up, and then we have had days where we've had to wait an hour for a trade because the market wasn't really moving. We got to take every day in stride. We don't know when we're going to get crazy volatility, and we don't know when we're going to get when the market's going to just decide it wants to take a day off and not give us too many opportunities. But either way, we're here every day, and we got to take the good with the bad. As they say, not every level is going to work as nicely as this one did, but it doesn't matter because we have our stops, and we're going to have ample opportunity to get to make money or money back depending on the situation. But patience is important in this game, and waiting for the opportunities to present themselves. We don't try to guess what the market's going to do. We supply multiple reasons into trading with our trading methodology. We're always giving you multiple reasons to trade to find them. If you have more reasons than one, then that'll give you a little bit more confidence in putting on the trade. And so that's what we're trying to do here. So bonds, big move there in the bond market with this rotation yesterday. The yield on the 10-year is almost 9.45. It's a big move for the bond market. We were at 0.75, so it's a big move there for the 10 years. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there as we were chopping around here, coming back here to our pivot. So we trade on both sides of our pivot. It was very nice of it to go up to our resistance level up there and then break. So hopefully we were able to take advantage of the first level up there. The next level on the downside we have is at the 20 area. So if you had a reason to get short, I guess maybe, it's kind of tough to find a place to get short here unless you're short from the 42, right? Because this is the middle of a range. Maybe if you were aggressive, you took a short against our pivot. If you think it's going to go lower, the objective here of our course is to be able to give you opportunities on your own, to make decisions on your own, to decide what trades you want to take out on your own. We just focus more on the give you reasons to trade, and then you have to incorporate those reasons into each individual's trading methodology, because everybody has different risk tolerances. So that's what we try to do here. The objective of the course is for you as an individual trader to trade independently of anyone. Find the levels on your own, understand the reasons, and trade them on your own. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box. Helmut, thank you. Very nice there, Steve. Very nice. As we continue to down tick here, we're looking at the 20 areas, the next level of support. Again, if you're trying to stay short, there's a nice little trade up against the 42 area. And if you happen to stay short, if you had a trailing stop, probably got stopped out. Either way, we're coming down here to the support area here down at 20. Let's see. India's competition watchdog is going after Google, according to the Financial Times, ordering a full investigation into links between the tech giant mobile app stores and its payment service. The regulator already did initial review, which found that Google was unfairly squeezing out competitors when it required customers to use Google Pay to pay to buy apps or make an in-app payment in a mobile pay Play Store. You know, I have no idea what they're talking about, because I don't do Google Pay. I don't buy their apps. I don't know. I try not to buy too many apps. I mean, the only apps I have on my phone, most of them are free. But I guess people pay for a lot of apps out there, right? Yeah. X me on that situation, so I can't help you out. So we got down to just almost 21, right? Depending on how you scaled in, maybe you got in a couple points above and below. Maybe you got in there already. Again, we're not perfect here, so all right, Helmut, nice job. Very nice trade. Nice rotation there off of, again, if you did get in a couple points, depending on how you're scaling. Again, I remember yesterday I told you that we're not going to be scaling a point above and below. It's a little bit too close, only because just the market was moving around too much, and a little bit of a follow through here. So we'll see what happens. Maybe you got in there, maybe you didn't. I don't know, but it's okay. If you didn't, obviously now the 20 is a little bit more suspect, but do have a little bit of a backup there. I think it might go retest that. No, be a little bit careful there. It would have been better if we got in first time around, obviously. All right, see what happens here. Again, obviously a little resistance against our pivot players. If you did take that, coming off of it very nicely there. Apple is expected to unveil a new Mac computer today, and that uses a processor developed in-house, signaling an end to the tech giant's nearly 15-year reliance on Intel. That would bring personal computers in line with the approach on the iPhone and iPads, which have long used Apple designed chips. JP Morgan analyst sees many benefits to the new SKU, like volume, pace of innovation, and lower material costs, and believes that in-house silicone presents a $15 billion sales opportunity. Nothing like Apple keeps making money. Amazing, right? Amazing. Microsoft is going to come out with its new Xbox 5, as well as its a digital-only little brother to Series S. The release comes just days after Sony unveils its PS5, with two competing for speed and dazzling graphics. I can't say I got into the Xbox thing, I have to be honest with you. I did buy the Nintendo when it first came out. And then I played it so much at the beginning when I first got it, and I wasn't a really young guy. I got it for my kids, in quotes. I ended up playing it a lot, and I got to the point where I just played a little bit too much, and it took up a little bit too much of my time, and I'm like, I can't be staying in front of a TV this whole time. So I decided, okay, that's it. So we never upgraded, and the girls, I guess, probably didn't get into it as much as I only have girls, so they didn't get into it so much. So I was like, okay, it's fine. I'm good. I just never got into it. I mean, I bought the first Nintendo when it first came out, and I just stopped because I spent way too much time on it myself. And I got it for, like I said, quotes, the kids. So, all right. So I never really got into buying the rest of the upgrades or the rest of the newer models, which is fine because then I have to go buy all those games and stuff. And nah, it's okay. All right, a little bit of pressure on this market. You know, it's kind of range bound, really. If you really think about it, it's not really going anywhere. But we'll see. Yesterday, late afternoon, they finally did break it down. As you can see, it took a while. I was trading, you know, once we got our morning stuff out of the way, we did all right yesterday, I think. And you know, once we got the morning stuff out of the way, it kind of sidewound for a little bit, and then finally, of course, at the end of the day, like I said, always get that one-way trade at the end of the day, and then that's what happens when you get, you know, push to the downside and taking some profits. As we come down here to, again, if you're going to do the 20, you know, a little bit careful. Maybe do the lower end. Where's your lower end? Maybe point and a half, somewhere in that range away. Let's see what it wants to do here. And maybe you got in a little bit better than the 20, depending on where you're scaled in a little. A little bit more, a little bit more risky, but maybe your entry point was a little bit better, and now we're getting a nice rotation here off of that level. So, all right. Hopefully you made a little bit of an adjustment there and get a little bit better, and really didn't need to. I thought the 20 was good. It had to go retest that spike, and then there was a little bit of backup underneath it. So, excuse me. All right, nice rotation there. Very nice rotation. Now we'll just have a trailing stop on anything else that you got. All right, good way to get this morning going here in the first half hour. You got a couple trades. If you were a little aggressive, maybe you sold a pivot there. Once we got down, we were able to maybe get short there against it and write it down to that 20 area. That would have been another good price action opportunity there if you were a little aggressive. All right, again, like I said, you got to be patient, wait for the opportunities present themselves, and once they do, you got to be kind of ready to take advantage of it. All right, nice little trade there for us. And if you want to try to stay short, just have a trailing stop. The European Union will impose tariffs of $4 billion on U.S. goods starting today, escalating a transatlantic fight over illegal aid to aircraft manufacturers. They will include a 15% duty on imports of all Boeing models, while other goods, including some agricultural products, processed agricultural products, and industrial products, will be hit with a 25% tariffs. EU Trade Commissioner said the bloc prefers to negotiate a settlement, but it would take steps given the United States' decision last year to quickly impose the tariffs. And in fact, a new administration does not take office until January. Great. This is all we need here. Boris Johnson is vowing to press ahead with legislation designed to override the Brexit deal on Northern Ireland after the UK House of Lords voted late Monday to remove the most controversial parts of the internal market bill. While the government has admitted the legislation breaches part of the Northern Ireland Protocol, Downing Street says that the clauses are necessary to give domestic power over the EU if it threatens the Good Friday Agreement. Oh, great. All right, there you have it. Brexit is going strong. All right, if you did get having to stay long, coming right up here to our blue band, probably a good place to get out if you're able to stay along that long. Very nice trade if you did, a nice opportunity if you didn't, even if you just took a little bit off of it. It was a nice little trade. Um, 9 o'clock, couple Fed speaks here at 9 o'clock. Well, one Fed speak here at 9 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, 12, 10, blah, 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 blah. 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock Chicago time is a 10-year note auction. Probably affect financials more than anything else. And then we have a bunch of Fed speaks at 1, 3, and 4 if you're going to be trading. These are all Chicago times. All right, so a nice little rotation there off of our lower support level. It's nice, and we come right back into the range here. So nice little opportunity there for us. So both the upside and downside levels work very nicely for us. Hopefully you were able to take advantage of one or both or some others along the way here. A couple of price action opportunities in there if you're a little aggressive. So we'll see. So the market is very happy, I guess would be the right term, with the results from the Pfizer situation. And I think Fauci was talking about yesterday. They interviewed him about it, and they said that he said that there was another good vaccine coming from Moderna, if I'm not mistaken. So there's some good things in the pipeline. But again, all of this stuff is not going to be done till, well, in the United States, I mean, not even anywhere around the world, right? They're going to be given, not going to be, get some clearance until the end of this month. And then by the time they start distributing, it'll probably be beginning of January. And then that's only going to be for those people who are on the front line, who need it the most. And then you're going to go probably not till the spring, maybe February and March before A lot of people around anywhere can get it. So it's going to be a while still. But that light, that proverbial light at the end of the tunnel, is a little bit brighter, even though in the United States we're hitting new highs in both uh, cases and deaths every day here, which is really scary. They're even talking in Chicago, that's where we're from. They might have bed capacity in emergency rooms by Thanksgiving, which is really unheard of because of how big Chicago is and all the hospitals that are around here. And I'm just a little surprised that that is even. Well, I'm not surprised. Nothing surprises me anymore. All right, so we did have a nice little break there. If you were watching against our blue pen again, it's a little price action play. You got a nice little push off of it. So maybe you were a little bit aggressive there and took it. Again, we're just looking for those opportunities in the market, price action opportunities, plus we had support and resistance levels that we have, and then we have others that come along as the market paints and bars. So all of these together gives us a trading methodology that helps you to stay on the right side of the market, which is what we're trying to do here, and to be able to take advantage of the ebbs and flows. Yes, the green band does work nice. Did work nicely. Again, like I said, there were a lot of good opportunities there for you if you were kind of just staying focused and kind of using our price action opportunities. Blue band there, green band as well, pivot as well. A lot of good opportunities there for you. All right, so again, nice trade there off of our green band up there. Nice rotation back here to our pivot. Obviously, if you were short there, maybe you cover them or have a trailing stop, depending on how aggressive you want to be and where your stops are. Glad you guys are watching and taking advantage of some of those, what you're telling me. That's what I like to hear. Good to know that you're making money in the background there. It's very quiet up here. Sometimes I get nothing. I get nothing from you guys. Sometimes you guys don't stop talking. Sometimes you guys talk too much. And then sometimes you guys don't talk at all. We are in the latter segment. Okay. Again, you need to. That was like an arbitrary entry point there, Helmut. That's something that I don't know. That was just like a middle of nowhere entry point. Good out though. Sometimes the best out is taking your loss is the best out ever. All right, so again, 42, we already got trigger 40 up, went up to 45 there. Obviously, we're not taking that anymore. Next level on the upside we have is 53. I'd be looking for that as the next resistance point. Obviously, our 44 level worked very nicely, so we're not, a 42 level, I mean, worked very nicely, so we're not looking at that anymore. There's no numbers coming out here at 9 o'clock, so we're just kind of just trading away here, kind of the fallout from yesterday's big rally. We're kind of range bound though, if you really think about it. Over the last few hours, maybe it gets back up to that secondary level up there, secondary value area up there. If we get above 50, we'll see. But But yeah, I mean, pretty much range bound since I don't know about 4 o'clock in the morning today. So see if it wants to go up to the next level there and kind of hang. I don't know. What's the VIX? Anybody had to tell me what the VIX is this morning after that big sell off yesterday? Probably I'd say 25 if I'm gonna go nuts and take a wild guess here. $24.89. Okay, so yeah, 25 was about right, I thought, considering what's been going on the last few days. All right, we're up against that these older highs here, intraday highs. Let's see what it wants to do now. Nice rotation there off of the settlement price again at the 44 area. When retested that spike, basically that's all it did, and came back down here. Again, the market is very happy about what happened yesterday, and now it's gonna probably come into focus as to how quickly they come up with these vaccines, and or if another company comes up with another vaccine. And now we're going to be probably in the midst of some kind of election, post-election hysteria that the president has decided to throw upon this country because that's what he likes to do. And hopefully, if he doesn't, or if they continue to keep everything up in in limbo, at some point the market's going to react to it. I think in a negative manner because the markets don't like uncertainty. And that's what you got here. So we'll see what happens here with that, and it doesn't look good for everybody. All right. You can see it's trying to get above that. That settlement price is big, big today. I think we get it like above 48. I think we push a little bit higher. Acting very stubborn up there against that 48, 44 level, I should say. And not really a surprise, I don't think. So, all right, we're just range bound, but staying above our blue band and staying above, if you're going to just be a little bit careful there if it starts rotating to the downside here. You got to pretty much stay above the 33 area. All right, we're just kind of hanging up here, trying to get a push here. Like I said, I get a push above the 48. We should get up to maybe our next level of resistance up there at 53. I'm supposed to there, Tim. Very windy, and it's going to be close to whether I make it through the rain or not. But depending on what time that shows up. But yeah, are you playing? I would invite you, but ours is booked. Okay, Maureen. Let's see. Give me 1 second. How does Friday sound? Fantastic. All right, we'll try to get together on Friday then, and around the same time, about 12 or Yeah, about 12 Chicago time, something like that. Should be okay for Friday. All right, great. Where are you going, by the way? That's like they got traveling bans all over the world again. A little vacation. We just can't get above that settlement price there. It's acting very, very stubborn. I mean, I wouldn't do it anymore, but oh wow. All right. That sounds like nice and warm. Florida for Thanksgiving. Colorado, I don't know about that until May. That sounds a little snowy. Yes, going right down to our blue band there. Like I said, if you took it, taken it, it's a nice trade. All right. I was going to say that after I said that, I was going to say, are you going to be going skiing or stuff like that? But if we're not in the mountains, still, it's very nice. It's nice that it's relatively warm compared to, you know, I mean, if you're going to go away, you might as well go someplace minimally relatively warm for the winter. Hopefully, they have cable. I mean, internet, I should say, not cable. Cable. I mean, that's how we get our internet is through cable, but that's another story. Anyway, yeah. Hopefully, they have internet up there. You'll be loving it out there from the West Coast there in Colorado because you'll be able to, get up early. You'll be done by 9:30, 11, and you'll have the whole day to do whatever you want. It's a beautiful thing, actually. See, the West Coast people have it good because they get up early. Try to forget by the time breakfast arrives, you guys are done trading. Or right, or some people go back to bed. You're right there, Mark. Sorry. All right. Again, we're getting a little bit choppy. This is probably what I would call a no trade zone in here, where we're not going anywhere fast and getting just chopping around. I think we get below 19, 18 area, we'll probably look for a rotation down to 11. And like I said, if we get above the 48 on the upside, looks like we're going to go maybe try the 53 level above. And right here, this choppy area, again, it gets a, yesterday we talked about a 20 S&P point chop zone. This is the same, kind of the same area here. Looks like it's, can't get above that 45. Comes back down here to the 25, 20 area. So we're kind of stuck in the same kind of range, but it's all right. I think we did very well this morning, given the couple opportunities that we had. This zone, this little area here is kind of a little bit choppy, so we have to be very patient here right now. Like I said, this is probably the no trade zone where you're going to have to be disciplined enough not to get yourself too involved, because you'll be guessing as to which way it's going to, we're going to stay range bound, or we're going to break out. We gave you the breakout areas, and so unfortunately, you'd be guessing here as to, are you going to buy it here, or you want to sell it here, or you're going to follow through. It is probably a little bit sensitive to any news that comes out, and that still remains the same. It's always been sensitive to any news that comes out, from anywhere. You got Trump with all these voting things, and you got Congress with trying to come up with a new stimulus package, and if any one of these things, and you're going to have some more news coming from probably some other firms that could come up with some other vaccine, because I guess the results are going to be brought up pretty soon. So you have all of these factors that could at any moment affect the market. So you got to be a little bit careful here with the one-way trade. So if we stay in this range, that's fine. It's probably, like I said, it's a no trade zone. But then if we start breaking out, for one of these reasons, hopefully we find these our levels there that'll help us. At this point, considering we did okay with a lot of our trades this morning, we could easily have 4 or 5 different trades this morning, I think. And if you did, I think you did okay on most of them. It's stuff that we focus in on, try to help you find. Again, we are trading mini S&Ps here. We're looking for those inflection points that allow us to scalp the market. We're looking at about 4 to 5 points in our trades today. We try to find these areas of inflection that give us rotations to be able to scalp the market. And like I said, about 4 or 5 points, given the volatility these days, is probably a doable number to keep yourself, to help you with the slippage that might occur, and to also give you a good opportunity to make some money. As you can see, we bounced off of our high there very nicely, and we bounced off of our low there very nicely. So easily could have taken more than 4 or 5 points out of some of these trades. If you're trading multiple contracts, of course. If you're trading one contract, then you're going to take, what the market gives you. But if you're trading multiple contracts, you're able to maybe take some profits and then try to see if you can take a little bit more out of them. Again, if anybody has any questions, make sure you put them in the chat box area, like questions. Anything we do here, what we do, it'd be a good time to ask. We had our broadcast, we used to come from the Florida Exchange, but because of COVID, obviously things are not the same. But our trading is okay. I mean, trading doesn't require you or us to be standing in the pit or on the floor. be nice to get some of the banter that goes on, but you know, we sometimes have our own banter here. Sometimes. Do I announce when you get in? Well, you know where I get in. I give you the levels. I don't give you the other opportunities only because some of the price action opportunities are all dependent on risk tolerance and how much risk somebody wants to take. That's all individual, but I do show you the opportunities. You obviously know the levels that I have, so you know that the 42, 44 area, that's where we were kind of getting short. And then we knew we were buying it down there around the 20 area, so you knew that. And then there's a lot of other price opportunities that occur that I show in our education course, and it's up to each individual whether they take them or not. And again, that is based on basically how much risk each individual risk tolerance levels are and how much they want to trade that day. And yeah, so I show you trades and I show you setups, and they are there, and then you have to find the ones that are comfortable, that you feel comfortable taking, and some more to the point that you recognize and visualize that trade, and then you can execute it. Because I can show a lot of trades, but then you have to be able to find it, and then why is it there? You know, as long as you have the reasons for it, and as long as you can visualize it and recognize the trade, and then it's up to you to execute. I can't help you with the execution part. I can help you with recognition. The execution parts are on your own. Again, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. As like I said, market's in a little bit of a range here, a little bit of it turned over just a little. I would not do the 20 area anymore. I'd probably look more at the 11 area on the downside. All right, well, we went down to the 20 area there, bouncing back up again. We're kind of a little range bound, like I said, and probably still staying in the little no trade zone area we talked about. Maybe a little aggressive if you did take the 20 this time around. Very aggressive. But you do have your stop. I was saying anything below 18, you want to be out of any longs if you're going to partake in that little long there. So you have 18 out. If you're gonna, that's your stop in this little area. If you're gonna take a long, you don't need to. It's a tight little stop for this one if you're gonna take it. Next level downside support is, like I said earlier, the 11 is what we'll be looking for. All right, we came down to our 11 area here. And like I said, we got below 18 there. You probably want to get a little bit of a push down there. And now we're getting a little bit of a rotation here off of the 11 area. Again, if you got short there around 18, that's what you were looking for, to get a little bit of a rotation down here. And we're telling you how to be short below that. All right, nice little rotation there off of our 11. There it is, giving us almost our 5 point. There we go. 5 point rotation there off of the 11 area. All right, nice little trade there for us. If we did get in at the 11 area, like we talked about, it'd be support. If you did get short there below the 18, you also could have been able to maybe write it down there to 11. We thought that there would be some extra selling below that, and we did get that. And either way, whether you got short going down to it or you got long bouncing off of it, either way, you should have been able to make a little bit of money against that opportunity there. So nice little trade there for you. And next level we have support is the 3501 area on the downside there. As we're almost getting into the same kind of value area we were in for Thursday and Friday, which doesn't really bode too well for us. We start getting into that, then we start turning over. If we get below 3450 on the downside, I think I could open up the door to a lower trade. So we'll see what happens. So we have 3501, 90, 78. I'm sorry, yeah, 78, 70, 60, and 50. On the downside, if we start trading down there, and again, if we get below 50, it could open up the door to some lower trade all the way at least down to 30. If we get below that on the downside. So we give you some more levels here. We got 70, 60, and 50 below the 78. If we start rotating down more. A little bit of pressure here on the market. Again, like I said, it's a little news sensitive. Anything could happen at any moment in time. And now the vaccine kind of is kind of taken into the market, and the market is kind of giving that up now and looking more towards what's going to happen with any kind of a stimulus package that comes out of Washington, and also, like I said, the continuation here by the Republicans and the president with regards to the election. If that continues to drag on, that's going to not really do too well for the market either. Erdogan congratulates Biden on the U.S. presidential election win. Oops. That's not good. Trump was not like that one. So let's see. Erdogan is one of the G20 leaders that has not acknowledged Biden Harris victory until just now. The others are Okay, well, it looks like, I mean, well, if they start calling a couple more of these states to Trump, I mean, to Biden, pretty much, I don't think Trump can really do much. Especially Georgia is going to him big time, even bigger difference than it was. I don't know what they're waiting for there. And if that happens, it's going to be a little bit more tougher road for him to try to do anything. It's already a tougher road. I don't know what he's doing. Well, it is what it is. He just needs some more money. He's put out 120 calls for contributions, emails since the election a week ago. 120 different emails asking for contributions. That makes sense. Oh, he called you, Mark, and you said no, Mark L. Good. Well, I'm surprised. Usually you have that checkbook wide open for him every time he calls you. So what made you finally decide not to give it to him this time? Oh, you don't like him anymore? He lost, so you're done with him? I don't blame you. No, 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 no. Brad has his hotline to him, so yeah, he's got the hotline and the checkbook and everything. I think Brad told him that if he wants to hang out, if he doesn't has no place to go after the White House, that he should come hang out with him. He'll give him the quarters in the west wing of his house to hang out by himself. All right, well, we got down to about the 6th area there and popped back up here a little bit. Looking at 01 down below, the next support level. Resistance right now would be around the 30. Well, our pivot there's at 32, probably about 30-ish. Somewhere at the low 30 level. All right, again, we had, I'll give you a little recap here of our morning. We had our first upper resistance, we were able to use to make a nice rotation off of that. Then it came right down to our lows there at the 20 area, where we were able to make a little bit of a rotation off of that level as well. They actually stayed in that range for quite a bit, and then finally here below 18, we suggested we wanted to get short. looking for the 11 area, and if you just bought the 11 area initially, you did okay there too, and it made another little bit of a push down here too. Well, they got down to 6.5, and then brought it back up here. So yeah, easily could have had three trades just based on the levels. There were at least four, minimally, I think, four different opportunities to trade there off the price action as well. And so the combination, we've had a good busy morning and they've given us good ebbs and flows. So that's kind of a good thing. And we are just trying to scalp the market here and given the opportunities the market gives us. So we've had at least, I would say, well, three trades if you're just trading our levels, and but at least an additional 3 or 4 trades, depending on how aggressive you want it to be, trading the couple price action opportunities that the market kind of gave us. Bonds here coming back a little rally and then not turning over here a little bit. Well, I'm only able to because of the 70-degree temperatures we're getting. Trying to take advantage of it, but it's here's Chicago weather for you. Temperature today is going to be like 74 or 5, which is a new high, and then tonight it's going to be 35. Okay. Okay. So there. November weather is coming back to Chicago quickly. Our pivot this morning is 35.32, support at 20, 11, 35.01, 90, 78, 70, 60, and 50. Resistance at 42, 53, 63, 74, and 88. All right, again, the low resistance up here around the 28 to 30 area. Anything above 32, probably going to be out of any shorts. Probably get us back into this range. If we get above 32, we get down to 6.5. And then pop back up here. So we'll see what happens. Downside support is still going to be down at 01. And then we'll see again if the resistance around 28 to 30, anything above 32 out of any shorts. It seems like we're going to be a little bit of a range bound here as the late morning comes to an end. And we'll see what happens. But again, be patient. We had explained to you the opportunities we had this morning. Hopefully, again, like I said, we were able to take advantage of some of them. They kind of worked very nicely for us. And if any of this stuff interests you, or if you're interested in learning some of the things that we do, please feel free to contact us, and we can definitely help you out here with the education package, which is what we like to do. Otherwise, if you like the room, that can help too. We feel the room is good for a little banter, even though sometimes I do most of the talking and you guys don't say much, but it's okay. Happens. You're busy today. All right.